The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
And all right, hat's thrown in the air. The hat signal is out. It is time to go. It's game week. Players Lounge.
This is true.
Brought to you by Tostitos. Game week. We are here at the Star. Heckma Harrison is here. Got a smile on his face. Danny McCray is here. I know he's got things to say. Barry Church is here.
They had a meeting. They together.
Barry has bullets to shoot out here today.
I'm just telling you what the streets is telling me, man.
I'm Newey Scruggs. It is so good to be here for another season. We've got Chris. We got Chris here. We got Jazz here. We got the crew. It is time, guys. No more thinking about it. It's game week, Sunday night, NBC5.
Oh my God, I'm bust out the trustee hat.
It is got.
He ready to go.
He's ready to roll, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he threw that in there, man.
I knew when he came in here that he had it on his mind.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I knew it.
They call it the same thing. They call it the trustee hat. They call it like the trustee shirt. So that's why I don't know.
He ain't never said trustee hat.
I don't know.
He said he came in with the Russell Athletic.
No such thing.
So listen.
Orange.
Don't let them put the battery in the back on. Because that wasn't what it was.
Rough Rider.
Okay? That wasn't what it was.
We won. That's all I'm saying. We won the Two Rivers Classic.
That's facts.
Okay.
You the only
we
one
won
that
the Two Rivers Classic over Fayetteville State.
That's facts.
Yeah, y'all
That's
did.
facts.
Y'all did.
We won. Anybody else team?
Move on.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Anybody else team? Silence. Thank you very much. Silence.
We're going to be all right.
Silence. Silence.
Ain't no oof nothing. Y'all lost.
Man.
Barely.
It was
Barely
respectable. You
Barely.
had it.
It was right there. It was right there.
You had it.
It was
You
right
had
there.
it, man.
You was in the text message saying that LSU was gonna win.
I'm talking about Illinois.
You said yours was close though. Yours was close.
It was.
That's what you said. So while you was giving him props, you would shoot slugs over here at the Tigers. It's okay. We're gonna be all right.
It's a 22.
Streets is up there.
Nothing
They want
came
to know.
out of my mouth about the Tigers.
We gonna
Because
be all right.
I sat there. I thought they were going to win national championship. That's how much I was.
Whoa, it's over?
See?
Wait,
I was in the back.
it's over?
It's a wrap.
It ain't over?
It's a wrap.
Okay.
Y'all wasn't listening to the streets.
This is about to be
Y'all
a good
wasn't
show.
listening to the
This about
streets.
to-
Well, these Tigers want to take that over. LSU.
Danny voice done went up an octave.
Yeah.
It's all
Listen,
now.
let me tell you
LSU,
something.
Clemson.
I have a national championship ring from 2007. How many games did we lose that year?
Just one or two. Y'all lost
Sure
two.
did.
Y'all lost two.
Things can happen. It's college football, baby.
So Clemson,
I got you.
Clemson, there's still hope.
Like I said,
I'm
a
so
lot of
happy.
Tigers out here saying it ain't over. I'm sorry. I didn't say it was over. I just said I picked to win the national championship. That's how much I was drinking the purple drink. I was there.
Don't do that. Never mind.
I went down to the school. I went down to I went down to LSU over the summer.
Yeah.
I went to the bookstore. I almost bought a shirt, and I said, "No, I don't want to hear from Danny. I can't hear from Danny." My child bought one. I went up there and I said, "Nah, I ain't getting I'm not getting hazed on this show." I told her, I said, "If you come here, I'll get it. But if you're not coming here, I'm not about to hear it on the show. I just don't want to hear it." So there we go. Let us talk about one Terence Steele. Money in the bag.
Big time. Cha-ching. XCB, can we get that cha-ching on there? No? Okay.
He's doing his draft right now, man.
Yeah. There it is. Appreciate you, CB. There it is.
5-year extension, $86.8 million,
Oh.
$50 million guaranteed. So good.
Kiss the baby. Kiss the
But
baby.
why be a running back? Well, you could. If I'm a coach now, you tell me to go to running back room.
Nah, I
I'm
ain't messing
running
with
away. I'm transfer. I'm running to the portal right now. You say the word
They
running
can
back.
smell
to me.
fresh cash.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you this. I ain't listening to nobody about no salary cap, no saving, no money, no nothing, no now, nutter. I don't want to hear not a now, nutter. Right. Not a now, nothing. Okay? We was over here talking about Zach Martin.
Gotta hit the part.
We can't pay everybody. It has to be. We got to draw the line somewhere. Zach, come on in the back door.
Man.
Terrence, you come on over here.
They done guaranteed Kurt's salary. They done gave Terence Steele. They done paid his deal.
Everybody
we
getting
paid
paid.
Hooker got
Trayvon
paid.
Diggs, Hooker, Wilson. I don't want to hear nothing. As a matter of fact, the next person that hold out, I'm gonna be like, "You right."
You right.
And
you gonna win.
If somebody say they can't do it because the big bazooka, I'll be like, bazooka, because I know he's still gonna get paid.
You know it.
So I know it's finna be some salary cap magicians in there. I just know it.
Wow.
Shout out to Terence Steele because he earned
Big
it.
time,
He
big
deserves
time.
it because back when Nolan was here, not this, he was on defense, whatever. But that year is when Terence Steele had a very rough go at it. And like Newey always says, he went to the lab.
They did.
No pun intended. He went to the lab. He worked on it. He got bigger, stronger, faster, more technically sound. And look at him now, getting paid. Undrafted guy. Shout out to
the undrafteds, man. Real talk. This is much deserved, though. I mean, like you said, the guy done went through a lot of ups and downs. Because I remember when he first got out there, we was all like, I don't know. He's getting kind of abused. I don't know if he got enough bricks in his pocket back there. But the next year, he took that leap, and now we see the guy that he is now. And it much deserved. I mean, all that money is much deserved. You need somebody to protect Dak Prescott out there. So good for T. Steele, man.
Man, I'm shocked that y'all are so positive. I was really thinking that y'all were going to have a problem with the $50 million guaranteed that he signed, and the fact that now that places him in top 10 as far as salaries as a right tackle. I just have never viewed him as top 10 right tackle in the league. And to me, I think when you're talking about that 2020 season when he suffered, like we watched him, it was horrible. And even Zach Martin was injured because he had to go fill in for this brother because he was having such a bad out. Look, I can't hate on anything other than, there has to be some improvement. He's got to be, if he's going to get paid like that, he's going to have to perform and have that same type of top 10 attitude when he's out there on the field. Our offensive line is aging, and maybe that's a move towards the future. I'll take that, right? They didn't reset the market with him.
No.
Okay? So the TV rights deals, all those things are coming down the pipe. So we'll look at this in 3 years and go, oh, that was a deal, right? But, man, this offensive line is still a worry. And there's so many pieces of it that, to me, if you start looking at it's on now. It's go time. We go up to the Meadowlands. We face the Giants on Sunday night. Is this offensive line ready? We have a right tackle that's coming back from an ACL injury. Zach Martin, who participated in half of summer work of the summer camp. And your guy, Tyron Smith. How's his health going to be through the season? So, and then we're going to get into the injury of our most consistent offensive lineman. So a lot of that's still shaky, but I understand the move is for the future. But like I said, I'm shocked that you guys were not like $50 million, like guaranteed.
Undrafted crew. You got to stick together, man.
Oh, y'all stick together.
Undrafted crew stick together, man.
I understand.
So Mickey had a breakdown where he says the numbers that Steele signed for basically the same numbers that Mike McGlinchey got from Denver, who's a former first-round pick this year, making basically the same amount of cash. But if he's out on the market, he's getting a lot more than this if he goes out in the free agent market because he's still a young player, and that is just the go back to one of you. Was he a teammate with you in Dallas and Jacksonville, Jeremy Parnell? I remember when he left here, man. Jacksonville just gave him a big old fat bag. And we were like,
in the bag.
Oh, okay, so. Terence Steele, better player. I still go back and think, what if La'el Collins had not tried to bribe that tester? Because that was really how Steele got in. So instead of taking the 2 games, homeboys missed a whole bunch, and everybody was down on him. And then that was when T. Steele came in, and we were debating at the time.
I remember that.
I was out here, nah, man, it's Collins. We got to go with Collins. You guys were like, Steele, and man, I think about that all the time. If what had he just taken a 2-game suspension and played, would Steele have had the opportunity to do what he did? And Bill Parcells used to have this line, says, you don't want to lead a huddle because you don't know who's going in.
That's facts.
And Steele went in, and Collins, that was rap.
That offensive line coach tried to mess it up. Tried to get him in the spot back and did all that. We sitting over here saying, what are you doing? We have they are playing well together. Steele went out there and did what he was supposed to do. And then Collins comes back and we're like, oh, well, he's going back to the bench. All right. Offensive line coach is no longer here.
You were adamant against
he is
it.
no longer here.
I was right.
Was that Phil?
And still getting paid. So I'm chalking that up as we was right.
Yeah,
you were. You
were. It was wrong. It was wrong.
You were wrong, and they sent him out to Cincinnati, and yeah. So props to T. Steele staying on the offensive line. You mentioned it. Let's go right there. Tyler Smith leaves practice. Jerry Jones says that they're having a precautionary MRI. They do believe he'll be there against the Giants for Sunday Night Football to start the season. The medal ends.
That worries me. That worries me because, like you guys said, he outside of Zach Martin, he's the most consistent offensive lineman we have, especially when you're talking about position flexibility, being able to play inside, outside. I mean, he's going to be the guy in the future. But when you look at the defensive line they're going against in New York, there's no slouches over there. All right, there's no slouches. You got Williams back there at the D tackle position, and then you also have Dexter Lawrence, and this dude is a beast. They just paid him for a reason. All right, this guy, he can do both. He can stop the run and he can rush the passer. And we all understand when you're going after quarterbacks, what hurts them most? Pressure right up the gut, especially when you're talking about a guy like Prescott who can step up in the pocket and make those type throws. So this worries me. This worries me a lot because let's just for some reason just say, I hope this doesn't happen, but Tyler can't go or he's limited or something in that regard. Who you going to throw in at that guard spot? Who like that you have confidence in that can handle those behemoths in there? Because those two dudes, they can cost them. They can be game wreckers. We know what they do in Washington with Payne and then the other guy, Allen. It's almost the same thing in New York. It's going to be a tough one. Who do we throw in at that guard position?
Yeah, listen,
if he can go.
I'm gonna be optimistic here.
Oh, snap.
Okay, I'm gonna be very optimistic here and say, okay, it's precautionary. Tyler Smith is a young man. He didn't rip it off the bone. He's okay.
It wasn't a Vulcan fracture.
It wasn't. They called it. They called it ahead of time.
No,
okay, he got all week to get ready.
That's true.
We got Britt Brown. We got Jim. They gonna be okay. They're gonna be all right. All right. So I'm not worried. I believe that Tyler Smith is going to be out there, and this is probably going to be the best O-line we put out in the last couple years with Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin on the opposite side, and Terence Steele. I mean, when you're looking at it, you got to say, okay,
on paper,
as far as depth, okay, you're worried.
In the Pro Bowl center.
But if you in the Pro Bowl center, I'm sorry, and if you have those guys out there, I left them out, and that was wrong. But if you got those 5 guys out there, you should feel comfortable about where you're at. If they can stay healthy, I feel okay about this offensive line on paper. Of course, they got to go out there and do it. But as far as what we've seen from them in the past, if they can play anywhere like that, I'm okay with this offensive line.
I'm with you. I'm with you because I realize that, like you just said, Dak, his propensity to try the rush coming around with Thibodeau and guys like that, he's going to have to step up in the pocket. The problem has been when that pressure's right in his lap. And that's any quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
That's any quarterback. But it just seems like at the beginning of the season, why do we keep suffering this? We had the same thing happen right at the beginning of the season to Tyron Smith. It was fan night. It was before fan night.
No, same thing. Yeah, same thing.
But it happened. It happened.
It's a lot different.
It is. But I'm saying we have one of our mainstay, or even Zach Martin, who missed a game, the first game of the season. I believe it was last year. He missed the Tampa game. So, look, it seems like you're always in a place where at the beginning of the season, you don't have your nucleus together.
Zach, that was 2 years ago.
Was that 2 years when he was out? Okay.
He had the COVID. So you got Chuma and Doga, and you got Awesome Richards, 2 guys that are going to be working there at that, the backup left guard spot. Our guy Josh Ball's on injured reserve right now. So they're thin there. That is a concern. But I can also say this. Most teams have the same issue. Outside of about maybe 3-4 teams, offensive line is an issue for a lot of folks. So at this point in time, I look forward to hearing from McCarthy and hearing from him about what he believes the issue is for Tyler Smith. But right now, we should expect to see him there Sunday night against the Giants.
And if he's able to go, we're talking about maybe not practicing until maybe Friday?
I don't know.
Thursday, Friday-ish?
I don't know.
Going against a weak Martindale. You know what he loves to do. He loves to heat up quarterback. That's all he do.
You were more worried about him last year than you were on this game.
And he performed
I would say,
last year.
Yeah, and he balled out. Yes,
I
would say that.
last year, so
yes.
I'm less worried.
Okay.
If this is precautionary and the hamstring is really not that big of an issue and they're just trying to make sure that it's something that they don't continue to mess with throughout the season and he's healthy, I'm okay. He don't have to practice this week.
Okay.
He all right.
All right.
That's how much faith I got in Tyler Smith.
I will say he has proven that with his season.
Guard and tackle.
Yeah, he's been able to do that. That's true.
All right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're not going to pick the games, our schedule, our win-loss yet, okay? We want to let's do it tomorrow, okay? Let's put a little bit of time into it, okay? Put a little time. But I do have the preseason prognostications that we had here, okay? So you can change it tomorrow Tomorrow is we'll lock it in tomorrow. Okay, we'll lock it in. Like you lock in your rate, lock in your home rate. Go lock it in tomorrow. But I'll just have a refresher of where we were when the season came out, the schedule came out. All right, we'll do that next on the Players Lounge right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
A fan favorite event, Market at the Star, presented by Fleestyle, will take place on Saturday, September 9th at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. out on Tostitos Championship Plaza. Come shop from 50-plus local makers offering art, fashion, decor, and more at this free outdoor market. Visit thestardistrict.com for more information.
Thank you. Heckma Harrison. Players Lounge. The players here are Danny McCray and Barry Church. I'm Louis Scruggs, brought to you by Tostitos. So tomorrow, we'll lock in. We'll lock in our schedule, our predictions, okay, our record. Okay, we'll lock it in. Today, I'm just merely going to go over what we initially said, and the great producer, Chris Beam, has written it down. Okay? I have the Cowboys at 12-7.
Okay.
No.
Hold on.
10 and 7. Well, yeah,
that mean they didn't make it.
I got them at 10-7. You can make it on 10-7.
No, that mean they didn't make the Super Bowl. But okay, I got you.
No, true. Okay, so I got the Cowboys 10-7. Church, you had the Cowboys at 10-7.
He had 10-7. I thought you was 9-8.
I thought I was 9, but yeah.
No, I hear that 10-7.
That's what they got a man on there.
McCray,
they got it on paper.
12-5.
12-5.
That's right.
And Heckma is 13-4. Woo!
Let's do it.
That's better than him saying 17-0. Because I would have leaned on you saying 17-0. That's what I.
What's going on? What you got on your heart?
we also have we went game by game. Okay, we went game by game.
All right.
And once again, we could change it all, but just initially, you had the Cowboys. Danny, you had the Cowboys beating the Giants.
That's right.
Heckma, you had them beating the Giants. Church, you had the Cowboys beating the Giants.
We'll see. We'll get tomorrow, right? We'll see.
That's right. And I had the Cowboys losing to the Giants.
Whole day ball. Okay.
So you might pick up somebody to come with you if you still with them. Church.
I'm just saying. I don't know yet.
I'm just telling. This is what we have. So tomorrow you come on in here and, like I said, lock in your rate. Stay strong at 13.
13. That's a lot. That's heavy.
Stay strong at 12.
That's with their number one defense. That's their number one defense.
That's true.
My defense is going to carry that 13. Yeah. So I got faith. Just like he got faith in his 12-5. It ain't gonna change.
Why it always coming to me?
Because you actually on my side. So that's why I'm pointing over there. Because you actually at 12-5. You're closer to 13-4 at 12-5, Danny. It's okay. I know you and Barry are on the same.
It's the clockwise.
It's okay. All I'm saying, come on now.
Why you ain't say something to Newey? You know,
I'm on my way. I'm working my way around the table, dog.
He said it worked like this.
I'm just over there minding my business, drinking my days out blue.
Let me take off my bulletproof vest. Go ahead and shoot me up, man.
You good. You good. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not messing with you. Know that. Go ahead. You got on your Pembroke hat. It's good. Let's go.
Winner's hat. Thank you. Two Rivers Classic champions again. Thank you very much. So.
You had a good week. The Emmys. You see Pembroke. I'm sure they got another shirt for you coming in the mail.
I will tell you right now, mine may not change.
May not. What was you at? 10-7?
There's no way. You're going to stay at 10-7.
Might not change.
Even after what you've seen them do with Gilmore, even with Brandon Cooks, you're not changing from off of 10-7.
He picked them. He picked that when they had them already.
10-7. That sounds about right, though. If you look, I mean,
nothing has swayed you to believe that this is at least an 11-win team. That they can win 12 games.
Man, 10-12, good.
You're
13.
I'm on my way. I'm working up.
I got till tomorrow. I got till tomorrow to lock it in.
But answer the question though. Has anything changed about the roster, the rotation that you've seen from just going through the summer when you visited in California? Nothing about camp that tells you that this team can be at least a 12-win team.
The offensive line concerns me.
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Play calling all.
So, can I see who you picked the losing to? Is this it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's what we got. We got game by game.
All right. So here we go. We got Newey right here. Lost to the Giants. Lost to San Francisco. Lost to Philly. Ooh, back-to-back losses. Washington and Seattle. And then back-to-back losses to Buffalo and Miami. Okay. I forgot, yeah. And Church agrees.
I'm right there. I'm 10-7. Usually,
Except Church got a loss to the Jets, and Newey got a win against the Jets.
Yeah.
That's how I'm
you want to flip? You gonna flip those? You gonna flip those? Yeah. I gotta flip those.
I do got that Philly and Buffalo back to back though. I ain't gonna hold you on that one. That's
see, I ain't worried about the defense. I understand like Quinn and these guys, the pieces they added, the defense is gonna be just fine. They're gonna be a top 5, maybe even top 3 type defense this year. To me, the only concern is offensively.
Yeah.
There's the lab. Is he going to come back, rusty, or is he going to come back on his P's and Q's? Is Dak Prescott going to make better decisions, or is he going to revert to, trying to make the big play? That's the biggest thing concern for me, offensively.
Big Mike is he's going to be.
He's going to be all right.
Big Mike is going to be in his bag.
So if there's one thing I learned this weekend, especially going to the TCU game, is we should be a little bit more skeptical of things that we hear.
Okay.
We get told a lot of things from coaches and players, and we tend to want to give them the benefit of the doubt. There was so much benefit that we gave TCU. So much. And it was just wrong. And there was so much not given to Colorado. And before the game, Dennis Thurman, former Dallas Cowboy player, and he was Deion's position coach at Baltimore, also was the DC for the Jets and Bills. He said to me before the game, he's like, our offense is going to be hard for them to stop. He said, you already know about Hunter. He said, look out for 5. He makes a play every day in practice. And he said, and 10 is good too. Man, I look up. 5 got 4 touchdown grabs. 10 and got 100 yards. Hunter out here doing things that I hadn't seen, and I covered Charles Woodson in the national championship game. Dude's running down here on the kickoff. I'm thinking you going all the way. Next thing you know, Hunter gets him at the 5. 3 plays later, pick. I'm like, wow. Then I see on Twitter before the game, some folks in the student section up there. Hunter, you overrated as And he looks back.
And he intercepts the ball next play.
Next thing you know, that same end zone, not that next play. It was before the game he got called out. They called the TCU fan, they won't call him overrated. So man, next thing you know, homeboy make that grab in that same place, and he got to be like, who said it? Who said it? And the fans said, oh, man, the fans sat down. You know, them dudes ain't had nothing to say then. The guy was sensational. And then I'd never seen the TCU coach so mad after the game. He was like, man, look, our playmakers didn't make no plays. Their playmakers make plays. He said, I never seen nothing like it with Travis Hunter. Never seen nothing like it.
I got to know, okay, going into that game, knowing TCU, what we saw from TCU last year, knowing what they lost, how they played at the end of the season, I don't think it's surprising that Thurman said that they're probably not going to be able to stop us. I don't think anybody should have been able to say, you know what, TCU's defense is going to come out here and they're going to play ball, and it's going to be one of them games where they come out and show that they can play defense.
Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you said it, because this is what we in the media were sold. Last year, their DBs were thin. They just didn't. Nobody got hurt, and then they had LT's nephew, who ended up being a Jim Thorpe Award. They said we've recruited better. We're deeper here than we ever were last year defensively. Oh, by the way, it's Joe Gillespie's second year running the defense. Guys are confident. They know what to do. And then they all told us, man, what you saw against Georgia, that wasn't us. We're out to prove that we're not that team. And so here we are. You're giving them you're just giving the benefit of that, of what you're hearing. And so I take it back here with the Cowboys, and you say, okay, this is what I'm seeing, I'm hearing, but I still got to see it. Right. I have to have some more skepticism, because I sat around here. I thought Clemson. Now, I thought Clemson would barely beat Duke. I ain't think, because I like Mike Elko, big Mike Elko fan. I didn't know they was gonna get drilled. Yeah. I mean, they got took to the woodshed.
Yeah, they did.
I thought your boys were going to win national championship. I'm out here drinking purple drink. LSU.
Here we go. Double cupped up.
Dragged all across the field, man.
The national championship ain't over with, okay?
So we need to – I'm just going to say we need to be skeptical.
But, Nua, you allow that grace, and what you're talking about with TCU is because they played Georgia because they were in a national championship team. They didn't allow – no one thought that Colorado could go in there and do that versus TCU because they only won one game last season. And anybody that didn't have an idea of what offense they were going to run that first game did not think that they would score 45 points against a TCU defense that went to the national championship team. So the doubt was warranted. Not so much the doubt in Deion and Colorado and all of that. It's just that you had never seen what that offense was going to look like and what Shedeur could do at that level. I think just bringing it full circle to the Cowboys, I think with that offense last season, it was a lot left to be desired because it looked disjointed. Mm-hmm. Your wide receiver room didn't look like they were all on one page. You bring in Brandon Cooks, and I think Brandon Cooks is going to be, as you've stated several times, he's going to be the guy that brings this whole room together, because if you look at guys like Michael Gallup, who had their best years with Amari Cooper, you have a player in Brandon Cooks that can emulate that same thing. And so imitation highest form of flattery. He needs Brandon Cooks to be Amari Cooper when you had that 1,100-yard Michael Gallup. And that's what we're looking for, because if he could be that in this offense, then I think people are in trouble. And you're not underestimating Mike McCarthy the way they are right now.
I don't know.
Boom. I'm going to leave Deion them alone. I feel like people over here tripping.
You don't believe?
It ain't about not believing.
You don't believe.
The man brought in how many new players?
It was a lot.
He bought his Louis bag with him.
So you knew they weren't going to be the same squad, and you already know what type of talent Deion is going to get. So, in my mind, I'm like, oh, he got some players over there. It ain't the same 1-11 like they went 1-11 the year before with those same guys. It was only 10 guys. He kept 10 guys.
When LSU played Southern, y'all played Southern, right? Did y'all ever play Southern?
We played them before. I didn't play them when I was there.
But just there's a stigma with HBCU and Division I football. You just don't think that they could compete at that level. And it's historically, I mean, who plans homecoming? Florida State FAMU, all right, because you know what it's going to be. I think there were doubts placed on this organization, on them, just because of that. Look, Travis Hunter, there's no way Travis Hunter should have been playing in HBCU. I saw that athlete, and I'm like, man, you played at Jackson State just because you love Deion? That's a hell of a sacrifice, especially for a special talent. You've covered some of the best, like you were saying, Charles Woods. Had you ever seen anything like Travis Hunter?
Not in person. And they said, I saw Charles in person.
Not in person.
And I saw that, and then after, when I hear Sonny Dykes say, I've never seen anything like that. And then they brought up one player for TCU, and they said, was he cramping? Oh, yeah, he was cramping. I know who wasn't cramping. Travis Hunter. So, yeah, we got to go look at what we're doing. I'm like, man, this dude is hot. Like,
Travis said he could still play another quarter after the game. He's still ready to go.
I'm like, man, he's like, oh, we were terrible on defense. We were tackling on Sunday. I'm like, man, Sonny going to get after some folks. He's going to get after some folks.
You know that practice was.
They going to get ran through again. Coach, it ain't working.
He was tired of why coaches do that after loss? Man. Go dog your team out. Like, that's going to make, come on, dog. Ain't going to do
nothing better.
Ain't going to get hauled out again.
Confidence gone. It's over with.
Got him again.
It's over
Let's
with.
get our second break in here. Running back by committee. Where is your faith in the running back by committee? Is it really a committee? Is it a committee?
We'll find out.
We'll discuss it with Barry Church, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray. I'm Louis Scruggs. This is Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. Yeah, we're Tostitos.
Yes.
Tostitos. I said we got a sponsor coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that a little bit here. We'll talk about it off mic. We'll talk about that off mic. We'll do that next, right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
It's time to run through the competition with the new Dallas Cowboys Nike Pegasus shoe. Grab your pair at the nearest pro shop or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com, a Fanatics experience.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray, Barry Church.
Yes, sir.
These are the players on the Players Lounge. I am Louis Scruggs. All right. Tomorrow, have your picks in. Lock them in right now for the 2023 season. What we did initially when the schedule came
change
out.
Your mind, dog. You can't do this.
I had 10-7.
I had 10-7, man.
Church had 10-7.
I thought you had 9-8. Real talk.
I think I was close.
Heckma had 13-4. Danny had 12-5. Did you have them wild card or win the division?
I think I had him wild card. Yeah.
You got to win the division.
Yes,
you got to win the division.
I ain't decided yet.
Okay, I had to win division 10-7.
Winning the division?
Yeah, I don't think Philadelphia's gonna be that good. I don't.
Man, dog.
Why you want to miss? Hey, listen.
Anyway, that's what I had initially. We're gonna lock it in.
That boy knew.
Yeah, we gonna lock it in. And then wait, just so he don't say that we making up rules, okay? At what point in the season do we reevaluate and get a chance to say how we feel about our picks and if we think we should change them?
Producer Chris Bean, weigh in on this because I want Chris to be, Chris be the commissioner on this. So Heckman feels that we didn't all gang up on him, because he trusts Chris.
Yeah, of course, I trust Chris. Yeah.
So Chris, when should we do that?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
When should we? So we're going to lock in our picks for what our record will be during the season. At what point during the season, a fourth of the way through, halfway through, do we get to reevaluate and decide if we want to make an adjustment or if we want to keep it the same?
Is that a bye week situation?
Yeah, I feel like a bye week.
That's week 7 is the Cowboys bye week. So
that's fair.
I think that's fair, right?
So you locked in. You can no more flippy floppy.
So you got 10 more games left in the season.
Dealing with injuries and everything.
Right.
So
bye week.
Bye week it is.
Bye week.
Bye week is October 22.
I'm gonna have. It's gonna be it, boy. I'm telling you, it's only gonna be one seat left on this bandwagon for y'all.
Gotta fight it out.
It's gonna be one seat.
I'm sitting at 12-5, so ain't no bandwagon for me to hop on.
You got other issues that I can't help you with. You got other issues, dog.
I'm sitting there at 12-5. You're like,
but you got Philly.
Are you staying with that tomorrow?
No, right now I'm at 12-5. I don't want to spoil it for nobody. Checking. I might go up to 15-2.
Oh man, here we go.
I might be.
Here we go, man.
Might not lose a game this year.
So initially, right now, initially,
72 Dolphins.
November 5th at Philadelphia, we all have it as a loss. Then December 10th at Jerry World, Philadelphia on NBC5 Sunday Night Football. Everyone has it a win except.
Am I correct?
For Danny McCray.
We're getting swept by the Eagles. Okay. All right.
Listen, that was my previous pick.
They splitting that.
Don't I have the right to change it tomorrow?
Just like they're gonna split with the Giants. They splitting that one.
This is correct. This is correct. So
and he picked the Eagles to win.
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's gonna change.
14-2.
I'm gonna change that. 14-3.
14-3.
I just want to ask this one question right now.
Go ahead.
Just came. I'll go through the teams. Just listen to the team names, all right? Giants, Jets, Cardinals, Patriots, 49ers, Chargers, Rams, Panthers, Commanders, Seahawks, Bills, Dolphins, Lions.
I don't see none of them.
Do you think any of these teams that the Cowboys face this year will end up in Las Vegas at the Super Bowl?
Nope.
Nah.
Because we don't play Kansas City.
I'm trying to think. You ain't put the
two teams go to the Super Bowl.
I know.
You know what's crazy?
I figured that much.
I don't want to hop on the Jets bandwagon, but this is hard for me to go against A-Rod. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a battle in the AFC.
Okay.
And somebody, it might be a flip of a coin. Somebody get lucky. Who left tackle doesn't get hurt? Who is more healthy on the offensive line? But when you look at the weapons that New York has, it's hard for me not to say with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, if they come out and play defense like they played, they got the same argument that we had last year of like, we got the defense, just give us somebody who protect the ball and be able to run it. They can run the ball, they got receivers, and they can play defense as of last year. So it's hard for me to say, it's a chance. It's an A-Rod.
Only one team that you mentioned right there that I could see going to the Super Bowl, and that's Buffalo. That's the only one. That's the only team that I can see on that list, and it's just because they're getting so close every year that they've got to break through, and it's just so much competition in the AFC, and I think they're the one team that's built to go through a Jets and a Miami.
All right. So we've seen, there's still plenty of guys on the San Francisco roster that were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago against Kansas City, so they still have some players there.
No, nobody wanted to pick an NFC team.
Nobody wanted to pick
an NFC
team. The Dallas Morning News, I believe it's Wednesday, they come out. Yes, tomorrow they come out with theirs. So Michael Gelkin picked the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
Mike.
David Moore picked the Cowboys to lose to Buffalo in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And their digital person has the Cowboys making it to the Super Bowl.
Man, that's a big, what history tells you, the past X amount of years, I don't want to put the years out there like that, but X amount of years, history shows that, it's kind of hard to get to that point. And you got 3 cats just, hey, this is, bang, it's happening this year.
So the morning news is right there. I'm just telling you, the morning news.
That's wild.
Calvin Watkins doesn't have them there, but yeah. So
that's wild.
So, yeah.
I just.
Like that hat?
No, I love it. I think we've been 2 back-to-back 12-5 seasons. What are we arguing about? The success of this team? You don't think they could capitalize and they've learned anything from the 2 losses to San Francisco?
It's just
we don't believe that Dak can be better in this offense.
It's just in every big game.
I don't think it's about that. I think it's about Tony Pollard.
But every quarterback every Super Bowl winner that we've seen over the last 5 years, the quarterback has been the difference in that game. Even though you could go to the Rams, their defense still, Stafford had to make some plays to pull out the victory. So it's going to have something to do with that one way or another.
Let's go back to Danny's point about Tony Pollard. Talked about a potential running back by committee. Do we think it's really going to be a committee?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. So y'all think Tony Pollard's gonna, handle the rock 25?
I think
to 30 times a game.
He'll get 60 to 70% of the snaps at running back.
60 to 70%. So let's put a number on it.
I'm looking at the Miles Sanders situation that they had last season with then also Gainwell and Bart Scott.
But do we got a Gainwell and Bart Scott here?
Yeah.
The other 42.
Because you don't believe in 42?
I'm just, no. Deuce, I like Deuce. I like what he can bring, but I'm saying those guys aren't just, some scrubs. Gainwell
legit.
Is legit.
Yeah.
I think Deuce is going to be legit. And what's crazy, I think, was it Lipke?
Oh, my.
No. Listen. I'm talking about only for pass protecting, bro.
Oh, okay.
Mike McCarthy compared him to John Kuntz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, that's heavy.
So he got some reps. He was a big part of the offense.
Oh, yeah. Kuntz was a beast.
We know that we've been sitting in here talking about who's going to pass protect their running back.
Yeah.
You got Tony Pollard being a pass protector?
He's going to have to.
But then that makes the offense so predictable.
No, well, if he's really versatile as McCarthy says he is, then I don't think he'll just be out there when it's time for them to block. He's going to be running some other stuff like we talked about earlier. Those carries that Zeke got on the goal line and third and short.
Yeah. No, those things make the hard thing about Tony Pollard is that he came in for Zeke to be a change of pace back. Mm-hmm. You just paid him $10 million as a change of pace back. So with the injury, with snapping his leg in half, that's the great unknown. And like you said, can he close the curtain on games? When we get a lead, can he be the one that
salt it away?
Can he salt out a win for you? And that's the question. Rico Dowdle is another great unknown. Deuce Vaughn, we don't know. And to me, it's like Tony Pollard is the one player on our offense that has escaped a lot of criticism. Okay. Got paid and escaped that criticism. And now the spotlight is
squarely on him.
Well, that criticism got escaped because once he went out against San Francisco, it was a whole different game.
He's explosive.
It looked totally different from when he was first in there to when it was just Zeke back there. It was a totally different game, and that played a big part in us losing that thing too. So,
all right, let's wrap it up this way. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with the Cowboy running back situation right now? Yes or no?
I'm gonna have to go yes.
No.
Extremely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, we'll see what happens when Rojo gets back too. Maybe he's been in the lab too. I don't know.
I like what Danny said. So,
I'm happy.
All right. You want to do this tomorrow, guys? Want to do this tomorrow, guys? And come back with the picks. Everybody ready to lock in your rates? Giggling in over here. I'm Louis Scruggs. Thank you, Players Lounge.
What we're talking about
to you tomorrow. Right here, DallasCowboys.com.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!